Hi everyone, this is Nitin. Welcome to the day one of our data science journey. Uh, Before I even begin, I'll ask you a question. Please answer to the question in a comment box. What was the last time you actually solved any maths equation or did any sort of mathematics? Or just I'm curious to know at what level you all are in terms of math skills. Based on that, I can better organize my teaching and improve the way I explain the things to you. That's absolutely okay if it has been 2 years or 3 years or even 15 years. I'm ready to teach anyone, no matter where you stand. But just I want to know what level you are at. Oh, I think a few months back I met a person. He's a common acquaintance in a metro. I think I remember he was working at Deloitte, and when I asked him same question, he answered it had been 15 years since he had done any maths, but he confidently learning machine learning, and it's working for him. And I have been helping him along the way. So, if you don't know how to solve basic percentages, vectors, integration, that's okay. I'm here to help you. And please feel free to drop your answers in the comment box and let me know where you stand. Let me write here something. Let's get started with today's agenda. In this session, I'm going to walk you through a complete roadmap to become a data scientist, and I'll tell you what technologies were required and how I will guide you throughout this course. And I also explain the structure of this series and what topics are covered and what you learn in each phase and how we'll approach learning step by step from basic to advanced concepts. I will look into all this. The first thing, if you want to learn data science, if you start with SQL, is the best start if you ask me. For sure. SQL. Data science is all about learning data. SQL, like before tools like Python, Pandas become more popular, most of the data analysis work was done using SQL itself. Like a work like a cleaning, aggregating, filtering, all was done using SQL itself. Uh, Even today, most of the professionals rely on SQL for day-to-day data analysis. If you have a great understanding of SQL, make it much easier to grasp the concepts in other tools like Python, Pandas. If you take a visualization tool like any Tableau, there also you will work on concepts which are already you learned in SQL. Just start with SQL, and if you are a beginner and you have never touched uh, any programming language before, uh, SQL is the best tool to start. It help you understand how data is structured and how you extract the insights from data. It helps you. Second one is Python. You don't need to go very deep into Python concepts. If you have little understanding of the OOPS is enough, and you need to have the good understanding of basic concepts like variables or loops, functions, dictionaries, list. That's enough, but don't go very deep into Python concepts. If you ask me, I wouldn't suggest to learn the OOPS concepts. If you know what is library, what is constructor, what is inheritance, that's enough. When you are importing any library into Python environment, I have to understand what actually library is and what is available inside the library and why you are importing, what is the usage of it. That's enough. Because most ML algorithms are all pre-written. You just import them and you just work on that. And third one, NumPy. NumPy is a Python library. We use this library for doing scientific calculations. Python has only one-dimensional structure released, and it is all like a dictionaries. All are like one-dimensional. It's like when you want to work on n dimension, you need to have n-dimensional array. Like if you have any data set, it has n features. If you have like 20 features, it means you need to work on 20 dimensions. Means you need to have 20 dimensional array. When you go into maths, you'll understand what's this all dimensions and all that. And fourth one is pandas. It's similar to SQL. The whatever work you do using SQL, the same work you do using Pandas. It is also a library of Python. You use it for aggregating the data, grouping, like cleaning, and for the purpose. That's why earlier I asked you to learn SQL. And fifth one, any data visualization tool for plotting the graphs to understand the structure of the data. If you take any graph, you see the rise or decline in the profits. You will understand how data is acting. For that purpose, we use data visualization tools. Like I suggest Tableau, and I also ask you to learn Excel. So one here it comes maths. We'll start with probability and statistics. Then we'll start maths for ML. Here we cover algebra, calculus 1, 2, and 3. And we also see optimization. Ninth one, here we start ML. Then we go for deep learning, neural networks, natural language. 13th, LLMs. We do some projects. This is the structure of our course. If you cover these concepts from up to here, up to 7, you can start applying for data analyst role. Only you need to have these knowledge. The difference between a data analyst and data science is like just imagine you're working in a store and your manager comes to you with the past 3 months of sales data, and he asks you to find the each item was sold the most in last 3 months, and then you use that past 3 months data and you will find which item was sold the most. It's called data analysis, and you just try to find what was happened in the past. And data science is if your manager comes to you and now he asks you uh, what product or what item will be sold the most in the future. Now we have to predict that product using the past data. That's called data science. That's if you have these 7 skills, you can start applying for a data analysis role. Most of us get demotivated by just looking at these complex equations or a long proofs. We may feel like it was written in some other a language or something else, but don't let that discourage you. Instead of focusing on how complicated, how long the formula looks, just the focus on the intuition behind that formula. That's enough. Here we don't solve any equations, any math problems. Just we need to understand in what situation, what we have to use, which library we have to import. If you understand that, that's enough. And no, any interview, there no one asks you to solve any equation, but you need to understand the concepts. That's enough. Just visualize the things in your brain. That's enough. I see most of the people eager to learn data science or AI, but as soon as they hit the math part, they step back. They feel intimidated by the math. Oh, that's exactly why I'm creating this content is for people who are genuinely interested in learning data science, but they feel intimidated by math. This tutorial is for them. In the next class, I'll start the probability and statistics, and in the next class, I'll explain the course structure for probability and statistics, and I'll give you the notes too. And maybe each session may take 1 or 2 hours daily. And this is not one of those quick 7 hours crash courses. It takes too much time. It may take like 6 months or 1 year. There are a lot to cover. That's it. And right now, job market is too slow. Don't worry about things what you can't control. Only worry about things you can control. Meanwhile, you can learn something and you can upskill yourself. That helps. Don't waste the time. That's it. Thank you.